Hello everyone and welcome back to Steel Division 2. Today with Onord's, actually I wrote playlist, but it's actually Onord's tier list in 1v1. Um, I'm just gonna go, obviously I am only the messenger here, so I'm gonna go through the division and say why I think Onord chose these guys. I did ask him, for explanation for a couple of them, which so I'll be able to provide them. But otherwise, this is the new tier list with the new divisions in that came out with the tribute. Tribute to Italy. And now we've played them a bit, so we get a better idea on what they are, where they should go. So already in super strong, we have 5th Gebiers in position 1. And I do think he actually did, not I do think, I know he actually did put them in order from the strongest one on top left to the weakest one on the bottom right. So they are in order here. Why would he pick 5th Gebiers? You might ask. It doesn't look like a division that is potent, just like that when you look at the division itself. It's basically because of their big availability of soldiers. In Phase A, they have 12 availability, and if not 4 double vetted. 4 double vetted is pretty normal. They get 8 double vetted in B and 11 in C. So double vetting is pretty normal, but when you put them unvetted in C, they have 32 infantry for just one card, and then 24 in B and 12 in A. Their infantry is very powerful. They got 4 MP40. Actually, let's just go take a look at them real quick. And I'm just gonna put my, because now we don't see shit. It should come. Okay, there we go. All right. So here they have 4 MP40 doing 1.6 damage in close quarter combat. They got 5 G43, so that's 0.775 damage in medium range, which is all right. I mean, you know, some squad entirely dedicated to medium range have only, like, you know, 0.8, 0.9 damage, so that's pretty good. They got 1 machine gun 42 at 0.6 damage, and they also have an anti-tank grenade. So this makes them very strong. And let's say you take them 1 vet with leaders and then a commander, you get them to 3-star. You still got a lot of availability, even just with 1 card, which, you know, could give you access to bring to liberate a lot of points for other stuff. So let's say, well, I personally wouldn't bring these squads just because they do excel at medium to long range. I guess they could be good. They could be good. Plus, they do have a Panzer Faust. So let's say you would want to bring one of them here and one of them here, just for early CQC fighting. Then you got 8 rifle. And here you got 16 and 21. That's pretty much all you need in terms of infantry. If you want to make sure you don't actually run out, you could just do 32 here. And yeah, pretty much that would be it. Plus maybe another squad in Phase A. So that would bring to 80 total infantry, which is good enough for 1v1. You would bring these guys to support them. Even you have access to good snipers, either medium or long range. So you could bring the snipers as well. And snipers, in addition with the infantry, will provide good cover. Tanks, it's not the greatest one, but they do just fine. I mean, the Stug M42, they will do just alright in Phase A. And then you got your, you know, your Stug. You could take them 1 star and go for leaders. And actually, yeah, you need leaders here as well. So leaders here. That leaves you 4 points free. I always take all the infantry, but in this case, you don't even need to. They got good support units here from the Stug M42 again. What else? They have the LG42 that can go 2K range with the HE and 1500 with the heat rounds. 100 millimeter, so that's, you know, that's pretty decent here. They got these Gibbous IG-18, extremely good. They got heat rounds 1500, so they can kill tanks as well. They got 20 rounds. You can get 4 in phase A, 8 in phase B, or, you know, 16 in total. I mean, they're cheap, they kill tanks, and they're overall pretty good. Then what else do they have? Anti-tank, they got the Pushen, which is excellent in 1v1. I mean, 200 millimeter damage, they'll kill anything really. Double vet for 50% accuracy, even better. You got access to pack 40, so that's great. A bit expensive though, and low in numbers, but still. Or you could just get, you know, all this of bazookas if you want. Anti-air is where they're pretty weak. But if you do get these guys 1 star, and then you bring, you know, leaders, commanders, you get these guys to 2 or 3 star, then they will be very deadly, because the 20 mil are now pretty good in this meta. They do their job. So then again, in air kind of lacks, but you can manage just fine. Artillery is where they shine the most as well, so it's pretty much like the 28 Jaeger. They have access to a lot of Gebels 36, 75, and these are very good. You even get 1 card, 105 mil plus the radio. So again, with leaders, this is very deadly, and you get a lot of cards. You could go like this, and they also have 40 rounds and 50 rounds, so you're not gonna run out anytime soon. They're perfect for everything. They'll suppress anything. They kill. So yeah, that is a lot. Air, they do good as well. They have access to anti-tank planes, which can be very good. They have, you know, good enough bombers. 12 100 kilograms HE bombs is pretty good, I think. And they do have these guys as well. I wouldn't personally take them. I did try them. They're fun to use though, so if you're looking just for fun, then do take them. But they are powerful. They suppress enemy rifles. You know, they suppress a lot of things. They outright kill other planes if you get behind them. So overall, all of these things makes the 5th Gebiers extremely hard to deal against, as long as you know how to use them. Lots of infantry, lots of anti-air and artillery, and you're on your way to win. And also lots of support like this. You know, this is good enough support. You could even just use the LG42 alone in phase A and get 16 for the rest of the game of these dudes. You don't really need this one. If he was 2K range, I'd say yes, you would need them, but you don't actually need them. You could save your points for, you know, more machine guns. And there you go, and we still got points for 3 stuff, so maybe 2 more artillery. You don't really need them, but you could get more leaders. I mean, we do have a lot of leaders already, but you could get more leaders. And we forgot about this guy, and the commander. And there you go, you're all set. I mean, maybe this could be removed. You could take actually 2 of these in phase A to support your infantry. Or you could, what else? Take more fighters if you wish to support your anti-air. Or maybe you could take these to attack, you know, bombers, enemy bombers, things like that. These would be good. So, you know, up to you for the planes and all that. And I did this deck really quick just to talk about it, but I do believe this is a good composition. And yeah. All right, so let's go back to the. Whoops. Let's go back to this. In third position, we have third Fallschirmjägers, not surprisingly. I think everyone knows why they're very good. You know, they're godlike infantry, and good support makes them a very nice division to beat people up. Then we have these two. Is that the 17 SS with the fist like that? Let me just double check this real quick. Yeah, that's a 17 SS. In third position like that in S tier, I don't know why really. I mean, they are powerful. I would agree with that. They have very, very fast transport, if I remember right. Let's just go back into the game here. So if you look at you can, yeah, there you go. They have the traction cars. These goes at 115 kilometers an hour, meaning that you can get units anywhere in the game before the enemy gets there. And of course, that is a huge advantage. You know, machine guns, flamers. Can you get? No, you can get these guys, but you can get Panzer Shreks with traction. You can get anything you want of these on the battlefield, on the enemy's ass. You know, as soon as you can, and this alone makes them very powerful. But I think also they got good access to nice infantry to be using, the legionaries, and they're fanatical, so they're not gonna surrender. Lots of cheap units to throw away. Well, actually, scratch that. They're not cheap, but they do have some kind of numbers, you know, not Fifgebeers numbers. Why would anyone choose the Volksdeutsche? Actually, when I look at them, it would only be for the Panzerfaust. So if you want to have a lot of infantry with Panzerfaust on the ground, you would use these in combination with, you know, maybe you could upvet these dudes, get a leader or two in there, and use these dudes for, you know, powerful support, and have these guys closing in forests or towns or whatever with the Panzerfaust that could, you know, potentially destroy a lot. But yeah, this division is definitely a division you would want to use in Maverick. Vanguard back then, but Maverick now would probably be the best idea. You got three cards of Stug 4, and Stug 4s are absolute beast because they do have 100mm of armor and 135mm penetration, so that means against most Axis medium tank you will win. You don't even need to take them unvetted, but it would be a good idea to do so. But you know, maybe in phase A you want double vetted Stugs 4, and then, you know, 1 star here and here for numbers, and then get some leaders as well, and that would be a good amount. But yeah, so I guess probably for all of these reasons, they do have good anti-air as well. Overall, good artillery. You got 2 cards of Nebelwerfer, so that these can be very annoying. You got a lot of stuff. Nebelwerfer here as well, again. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Air is decent. You got these 2K 37mm, so just that in itself is very powerful. You got good airplanes to protect them, but only 1 card of fighters, actually. These guys are not the greatest, especially if they get suppressed before landing their bombs, because they only got 14. But they are almost an automatic kill if you hit, so, you know, that is pretty good in itself. So yeah, I would imagine these are the reasons why he put 17 SS there. Let's go back here. Task Force 45, I agree. Why would that? Lots of infantry. The disheartened infantry converted gunners are very good. They're extremely good. You got good AT capacity with the M10 destroyers and the Recon AT Hellcat as well. And good hair, good artillery, is just an all-around good allied deck. Then we got DFL, always good to get. They have lots of specialized infantry that are very good. So, and they do have bazookas, and they have the Legionnaire, which come at double vetted. with TNT, 2 bar-automatic Browning rifle. You know, they're just very good. 4th Fallschirmjägers after that. I don't know why. Well, I guess it is a good... Yeah, I guess they are not better than 3rd Fallschirmjäger, but they're still very scary. They do have the famous Jägers, invincible Jägers. What else? Let's go check them out real quick. If you wanted to see the DFL, by the way, here's their infantry. They do have shock unit coming at double vet 5, 10, 15. Extremely good unit in close quarter combat. You got BIMPs. They all have bazookas, 2 brands, 8 rifles. You know, these are very good. And you got 2 cards of BIMPs. One with the... What, this guy. You got Sapar, TNT plus bazooka. And you can bring them. You also got access to about 20 half-track in this division. Here comes the Legionnaire with 12 double vetted in C. They have 2 Browning automatic rifle, TNT, 8 rifle, 3 Thompsons. They're very, very good in close quarter combat. 4, 8, 12. So, you know, that's excellent. And their air is also very powerful. Look at this guy. 2K bombs plus 500 pound. What else? You got these dudes are very good. Very, very good. 127 mil HE SAP rockets. They got 6 of them. And they do kill. What else? 2K again. Bombers, fighter bombers. Anyway. Yeah, let's go take a look at the 4th Fallschirmjägers. Right here. Recon, doing alright. They have these guys, which are always good. These guys are pretty powerful as well, so do take them. And what else? Good recon overall. Sharpshooter as well. Infantry, you wouldn't want to take the Italian guys, so maybe for the price you would take them in phase A, maybe, you know. But overall, the Jägers are the stars here, and these are the one you want. You can annihilate anything with that. Tech-wise, they're doing, well, not that great, I would say. Tigers are fine. You get 2 of them in phase B. But, you know, okay, I see. Actually, let's get 4 Panthers here and 4 Tigers here. So, tank-wise is not that great because Panthers get easily destroyed. Tigers are overall better, in my opinion, for, you know, infantry support. Always think of that. Use your tanks for infantry support. If there's an enemy tank coming at your infantry, fine. Do use these guys. They will be able to hold their own pretty good. But overall, it's easy to ambush and kill the Panthers. And the Tigers are a bit more difficult to deal with, in my opinion. Here they have Stug M43 with 2K range. That's extremely good. Extremely good. And heat rounds at 1500 with 105 mil. Very good as well. You have 3 cards of Panzer 4, which is decent. Yeah, you could use, actually, yeah, use these guys in B, in A, and then just use the Panzers in B and C. And with that, you got all the HE support you need. And look at that, you even have 2 cards of these dudes. Or... oh no, okay, these are the 75 mil variant. You could use, you know, if you build a balanced deck, you could use these guys in C just to over spam with HE support. They got good anti-tank, cheap. This is cheap. It's not that great, but it will do against clown cars and things like that. You got these guys as well, very fast. You got an elephant. You won't use that in phase in 1v1 really. Wouldn't be that great for it. But you know, you got 2 cards of pack 40s, and this is good enough for the whole game. Anti-air is very good. You know, get these guys double vetted. Phase A, phase B. You might want to take these dudes as well, and why not? Might as well use these 37 mil plus maybe 1 card of Flak 88 coming with support. I think that would be, you know, just wonderful. Wonderful. Artillery is not that great, but sometimes mortars is all you need. Plus, you get a lot of them, and you do get them with a radio. So if you manage to put some, you know, officers in there, then the better for you. Because officers here do have the radio, so there you go, there you go, there you go. All right. So you know this makes them worthwhile. You could, you could remove the Panther and not have any tanks for phase B. It is a possibility for good players. It's a risky move. I'll give you that. And if you do that, you could even try to play V for victory, which would be just for fun. You know, I'm not saying it's an OP deployment type, but not having any tank in phase B would allow you to play V for victory, and you push hard with early troops. Boom and boom. Maybe it's all up to you. But yeah, it is a good division. It's true. Let's go back to Onord's playlist. Then we got 2nd ID Indian Head, the 2nd Infantry Division Indian Head. They've always been good. They're a good division. They have Hellcat, M10 destroyers, M5 guns. They got Bofors 40 mil, which is good for anti-air. They have a lot of artillery of all kinds, plus off-map. Support. The support is just incredible in this deck. You got Ranger T30. You got, a lot of machine guns. Heavy machine gun that goes to 1250 meters. You got howitzers. You got 2K range Sherman assault gun. 2 cars of flamethrowers. In terms of tanks, you don't have like the most powerful stuff. But with all the AT you got, it doesn't matter. Plus, you got 1 card of Rhino tanks, which are very decent. They have 120 mil of armor, so these are good. Infantry is awesome to use as well. So 2nd ID is definitely, it's different. I think it's a good choice. Next we got A+. We got the 44th Guard. I would say probably mostly for the off maps, but also because overall they're very good Soviet division. You can deal with pretty much everything there. Then we have the Fallschirmjäger Hermann Göring. Very fast division. You use them in Maverick if possible, but also balance do good because they do have access to meme unit, and they have very good infantry. Yeah, as you can see, there's a pattern here that the infantry are doing extremely well. This is because this is the meta right now, and so tank division are gonna be less good because they are expensive and they don't do that much, compared to a lot of infantry on the map. Then comes 28 Jaegers, always been a winner. They do have access to pretty much the same support unit that 5th Gebiers have, except 5th Gebiers infantry is better than 28 Jaeger, and so that would close the deal there. 78 Sturm in A+. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I could see that. They got Stugs, Nashorns, good infantry. They got a lot of Nebelwerfers. I could see how you would be able to use them very strongly if someone knows how to play them. There are some players that only play them, the 78 Sturm. There's one guy that strictly just plays 78 Sturm, and there's another that 95% of the time will play this division. The one that always plays them, his name is... it doesn't matter. I can't remember. I got it on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember. But anyway, and then we go to the more classic in A. So 20th Panzer is an all-rounder. It's been a staple of good division since the release of the game. Easy to play with noobs as well. So if you're new to the game, go for them. They're just overall very good. Then you got 26th Panzer Division. Why do we see Panzer Division on top? I think it's because they have access to a lot of infantry. 20th Panzer not as much as 26, but 26 Panzer has a lot of good option in infantry. Same with 20th Panzer. Really, you could definitely bring 20 pioneers, 18 stump pioneers, so and half tracks, and that kind of secure your CQC problem that most German Panzer division has. Anyway, so then after we got Lovas, I don't know, not from me. Lovas, well, they do have very good infantry, the Hungarians. If you can make them work, they'll win you a lot of games for sure. But I think the problem is making them work. This tier list is definitely, I don't think it's for noobs in mind, because some of these requires a lot of skills to play. Like Tatra, that is there in A. Like Gauss Deutschland, if you want to play them good, you really need to be good yourself. It's Gross Deutschland usually doesn't fare well in 1v1. I asked Onord why he thought they were there. But he told me that they only really lack aircraft, so why should they be lower? Yeah, I think personally, I think Deutschland has a lot of expensive units, and that would be why it would be rated below most others. But this is his tier list, and so we'll deal with that. And then we have Nordland, and who else? And 5th SS. Nordland, I can understand, it's a very annoying and difficult division to play against. They have access to jet bombers on top of that. They're very fast. They can bring units fast with their vehicles. The 5th SS, he said the same thing of Gross Deutschland, that they only really lack aircraft. We don't see 5th SS very much in 1v1. But they do have a lot going for them. They have access to SS infantry, lots of them. Actually, the SS, I thought they were fanatical. They're not, so never mind that. But they do have access to a lot of infantry, which German units usually don't have that luxury. So, this is pretty good in itself. You could even bring them double vetted when I think of that. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. And then same thing here. You bring these guys, and then you could bring, one cards here in phase A. You have access to half tracks, so boom, there you go. You got all of your CQC units you need, and you could take, a leader with that. There you go. There you go. And for all of phase B and C, you got triple vetted Grenadier with unvetted pioneers going for the woods and stuff like that. It would be a hard phase A, it would be, because support unit don't look very great. Not a lot of good support unit, but I guess you could compensate by having a lot of machine guns and flamethrowers, and there you go. Tank wise, doing very good. You got access to a lot of Panzer IVs that I would personally take vetted up. 8 Stug. You know what? Never mind Panzer IV in B phase. Take the Stug 4 in B phase double vet. That's gonna help you out a lot. Plus, you can get 2 T-34-85 double vetted in A. And shit, I get it. You cannot take these guys in C phase. So okay, let's bring this guy back to C phase. Anyway, 4 Panzer IV plus 2 T-34-85 in phase A will probably get you going for phase B as well if you manage well. And then you got 5 Panzer IVs, and then what? Maybe you could get 2 Panther D double vet, 2 Stug in B phase as well. So, just with all that, plus they are leaders that you should be well to use with your other tanks. You could even use more leaders in tanks. Let's use this guy, for example. And then in phase C, you can bring your Stug 4 with, you know, the Panther leaders. So let's go check real quick here. The air is, you got some of the best fighter planes. Keep these to fight other fighter planes. So bring 2 here and use these to fight bombers. This is what I would do, personally. And then you got these for anti-tank as well. They got 12 rocket, which makes them automatically good in my book. Or, you know, you could just use 2 of them in B phase. Use 6 bombers here. There's a lot of choice. There's a lot of good thing you could do with them. They got good access to ATs, powerful ones as well, like this one. So, yeah. Let's go back here. Then, 126, Gorno, 5th Cavalry. I can't explain these guys. I don't know them very much. Tria VDV, I would agree, is very powerful, especially in QP, because the enemy don't know what you have, obviously. So bringing Tria VDV can really help you out there, overwhelming unprepared enemies. And then, well, I'm sure you can look the rest for yourself. You know, Monte Rosa is in B+. Their spam ability is incredible. 14 infantry is also in B+. I would agree with that. 14 infantry right now is very good. Lots of infantry, which will help you out. We see a lot, 3 of the Tribute to Italy Division 4, actually, in B. I disagree with a few of these guys, like 3rd Guard. 7th Estonian in B. I agree. I would have put them in B+, personally. But anyway. B-, Panzer Division, Strachwitz, I disagree with that. I think they're very good. Formunte as well, very good. But this is just a B-. It's not even a C, so it's not as bad. But yeah, the one that I think we can all agree, I think every single person that will watch this video will agree with the last one, P, 19P. I think we can all agree this one sucks. The other ones are going to be up for debate, of course. But I think he did a great job for the S tier. I pretty much agree with all of that. Maybe not second ID. I would have put second ID in A+. But, you know, once again, the invincible, overpowered German infantry of 5th Gebirgs, Jaegers, and, you know, the Fallschirmjägers are, once again, you know, on the top there. But it's good to have Task Force 45 to kind of counters these guys with cheap, you know, and a lot of availability. And same with DFL, and same with second ID. So, you know, there's a lot of good counters there. Use them. So, that was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the playlist, the tier list. And I will see you for another video at another day. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.